Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. So we just got some breaking news for the Duelist Advance set, and in that news, we have just received new Utopia monsters, new Yuma cards. Now, I'm going to be going over these cards. I'm also going to be trying to go over any anime references that I have noticed, and there are plenty. And I mean, Zexal continues to get some amazing support, and it looks like even from a competitive standpoint, I believe we're getting like a circular monster here for, Onomats, which is crazy. So we're going to start with the top. Let's jump right into it. We're getting 4 effect monsters. All of these are pretty much going to kind of be like retrains of the old monsters. And the first is Zubaba Ba Knight. If this card is normal or special summon, you can activate one of these effects. Add one Zubaba monster from your deck to your hand, except this card. And if you do, this card's level becomes that added monster's level. Destroy one level 4 or lower defense position monster your opponent controls. If this card is detached from an XYZ monster to activate that monster's effect, you can add one Gagaga monster from your deck to your hand. Each effect is once per turn. Now, what's really cool about this, obviously it's a retrain of Zubaba Knight, but the pose is based exactly on when it is summoned in the Yugioh Zexal anime. They literally took the pose in the anime, slapped it on a card, which is really cool. And this monster has a lot of different effects to search, different types of monsters, whether it's a Zubaba or Gaga monster, which is cool. The next one is Gagaga Ganbara Knight. You can reveal one Gagaga monster in your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand, then apply one of these effects, special summon another Gagaga monster from your hand, or change the battle position of one monster on the field. And then if this card is detached from an XYZ monster to activate that monster's effect, you can add one Go monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Gagaga Ganbara Knight each once per turn. So this is really good. I mean, anytime you can special summon a card from your hand, and obviously this deck and Yuma's playstyle is revolvent around just rank 4 XYZ spam, essentially. So you need monsters that are easy to get from your hand to the field, and all you have to do here to do that is reveal a Gagaga monster in your extra deck in order to special summon it, and then you can special summon another Gagaga monster from your hand off of Gagaga Ganbara Knight's effect. That seems really good. And of course, this is a counterpart of the original Ganbara Knight, and just like the other one, this pose is taken from when it was summoned in the Yugioh Zexal anime, which is really cool. They see the anime scene and they say, all right, that's the artwork, which is awesome. Next up, we get one of my favorites, a Goblinberg retrain, Go Goblinberg. When this card is normal summoned, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except XYZ monsters. Also, special summon one non-warrior Go monster from your hand, deck, or grave. Then, if this card is in attack position, change it to defense. If this card is detached from an XYZ monster to activate that monster's effect, you can add one Do monster from your deck to your hand. Each effect once per turn. So the original Goblinberg obviously allowed you to special summon a level 4 monster from your hand. Well, now you can special summon one non-warrior Go monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So it gives a little bit of an added bonus there, which is really, really cool, and you can kind of see how that would be handy. The monster on the art is Go Golem. You can see 2 Goblinbergs. Maybe that's supposed to be representative of how it can drag a second monster very easily onto the field to set up usually that rank 4 XYZ overlay summon. So the next one is Do Warrior. Do Warrior. Now there's four does. There's 4 does there. Do Warrior. You can send one Do monster from your deck to the grave, special summon this card from your hand, but its level becomes 4 and its attack becomes 1800, and then you cannot special summon besides XYZ monsters from the extra deck. If this card is detached from an XYZ monster, to activate that monster's effect, you can add one Zubaba monster from your deck to your hand. So all of these have the effects where if you send it to grave using an XYZ monster's effect, you can search another type of monster and get that from your deck to your hand. But this monster is particularly fascinating because this is basically a math mech circular in Onomats, which we talked about at the start of this video. You can send one Dododo monster from deck to the grave, special summon this from your hand. Circular has a very similar effect where I believe you can send a monster from deck to grave in order to special summon it. And obviously, Mathmech Circular is a very good and meta-relevant card. So a really, really, really strong effect there to round out the effect monsters. And then as for, of course, this monster, I believe it's the same thing. Not only is it a retrained counter of Dododo Warrior, but the monster's pose is based on the monster when it is summoned in Yugioh Zexal. So besides the Goblinberg retrain, the other 3 monsters are all taken. The artwork is taken from their pose in the anime, which is cool. But let's get into the XZs. That's why you guys are here. We're getting a new F-Zero, number F-Zero Utopic Future Zexal. It is a rank 0 monster. Yes, you heard me right. A rank 0 monster. I just love the way that it looks on the card. There's no level, there's no rank. It almost looks like it would be a fake card if you didn't know any better. 2 XZs monsters with the same rank. This card's original rank is always treated as 1. Gains attack and defense equal to the total ranks of all XZs monsters you control and in your opponent's graveyard times 500. Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attack except this one. Also, your opponent cannot target other cards on the field with card effects once per turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect on the field, as a quick effect, detach 1 material from this card. Take control of 1 monster your opponent controls. Also, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. And as for the references, listen, it kind of looks like Yuma's hair. I feel like this is definitely based on one of the Zale forms, probably Zale 3, that Yuma and Astral transformed to. And obviously, this is a retrain of number F-Zero Utopic Future, and there's a lot of similarities with number S0 Utopic Future as well, that they both have the same attribute, same rank, same type, no original attack and defense, and an effect to treat themselves as rank 1 monsters, among some other things. But this is a really cool card, and it's amazing that we are getting another number F0 Utopic monster, but this one looks very much like Zexal 3. It literally looks like Yuma became a freaking Utopia monster. It's the coolest thing. And then if you're a fan of Gagaga Girl, well, you're in luck. We are finally getting an XZ's Gagagaga Girl. Gagaga Girl. Yeah, 4 Gas there. It's a generic 2 level 4 monsters. If this card has a Zubaba, Gagaga, or Go-Go-Go, or Dododo card as material, detach 1 material from this card, add 1 Gagaga, Onomat, or XZ's card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Gagaga Girl once per turn. A Utopic Future XZ's monster that has this card as material gains this effect. If it is XZ's summoned to activate this effect, it can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Now, I don't know if this card is necessarily going to be crazy good. The purpose of it is probably to go into a Utopic Future XZ's monster, to be honest. But obviously, this is an upgraded XZ's counterpart of Gagaga Girl, which is something that I think a lot of us have wanted for quite some time. I love Gagaga Girl. She's obviously supposed to be the Dark Magician Girl of kind of the new era, the new Zexal era. So I think it's amazing that she's finally getting a card here. And then there might be some people saying, what the heck is a Heroic Champion card doing in this wave of support? Well, remember, Nistro gave Yuma Heroic Champion in Yugioh Zexal. So that card kind of is Yuma's card, at least by the end of the show. And we are getting Heroic Champion Magnum Excalibur, 2 level 4 warrior monsters. If this card battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, detach 2 materials from this card. This card's current attack becomes doubled during damage calc only. Once per turn during the main phase as a quick effect, you can target 1 other face-up monster you control. Equip this card you control to it as an equip spell that gives it 2,000 attack and defense. You can banish this card from your grave, shuffle 3 warrior monsters from your grave into the deck. So if you equip this to like number F-Zero Utopic Future, and maybe Utopic Future has Gagaga Girl as material, that card can not only make 2 attacks, but it's going to have even more attack and defense that your opponent is going to have to deal with. And targets, it's going to be hard to stop that card. And the appearance, I believe, is also based on a moment where this card and this monster is summoned, or the original, I should say, Excalibur is summoned, equipped with Magnum Shield in the Yugioh Zexal anime. I believe that was episode 84. And then we are going to get to our one spell and one trap. First spell is Gagaga Hope Tactics. Utopia and Utopic XYZ monsters you control, whose original attribute is light, cannot be destroyed by card effects, and your opponent cannot target them with card effects. So this card, along with number F0, Utopic Future Zexal, which remember says your opponent cannot target other cards on the field with card effects, I feel like gives you like invincibility. You have to have a way where you don't target cards in order to try to stop this combo from just totally ending your duel. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. Declare a level from 1 to 12 and target 2 face-up monsters, including a Gagaga monster. Their level becomes the declared level. If you XZ summon Utopia or Utopic XYZ monster whose attribute is light, target 1 card on the field that your opponent controls and destroy it. So that gives you another way. If you go into F0 Utopic Future or whatever, Utopic Future Zexal or whatever you want to do, you can just quickly target and destroy a card your opponent controls. The artwork depicts Gagaga Girl and I believe Utopia Ray. I'm pretty sure that's Utopia Ray on the card, which is really cool. 2 of Yuma's obviously most trustworthy monsters. And then the trap is XZ's Unbreakable Barrier. When a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated and you control an XZ's monster, negate the activation. Then you can detach 2 materials from a monster you control and destroy 1 card on the field. You can banish this card from grave, target 1 XZ's monster you control, and attach 1 light Utopia or Utopic XZ's monster from your graveyard to it as material. You can only use each effect of Unbreakable Barrier once per turn. And as for this card artwork, I believe it is number 99, Utopia Dragonair, that is on the artwork. And it depicts Dragonair using its wings to block an attack, very similar to how number 39 has an effect that can block attacks and negate attacks. And I think the card name might be based on one of the Zexal openings. It's opening 4, Unbreakable Heart. That is the first thing that I thought of when I saw this card name, Unbreakable Barrier. Obviously, Unbreakable Heart is one of the Zexal openings. But guys, these cards are freaking awesome. Again, one of my favorite things with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is when we get support for anime archetypes. I think it's freaking amazing. I think the fact that we're getting a circular for this deck is really, really exciting. And another number F0 monster. I am very excited to see what people are going to do with these cards. And I feel like these cards have the potential to end up being really, really good. So let me know what you think of the Yuma support. Let me know some other predictions for what you think we might get in Duelist Advance. I am excited to hear all things from you down below. And if I missed any references, let me know that as well. Thank you as always so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.